Michigan, Studies in God's Wonderland by Dennis M. Morrison. Meet the Hydra. The sundew, and as I told you about in the first installment of this short series, was a small but an awesome little critter, or plant. But now I want to tell you about something even smaller, a little critter named the Hydra, and it's way, way, way smaller. You can see it with the naked eye, but it's pretty difficult. The Hydra grows in lakes and ponds where the water is usually pretty still. You can't really see it to collect a specimen, so you'll have to gather some jars of water and hope you catch one. A number of summers ago, I did just that. At the north end of Cedar Lake in Greenbush, Michigan, they're quite abundant. The results of gathering the water were quite interesting to say the least. By the way, the Hydra has a more well-known cousin that lives in the oceans, and that is the sea anemone, but it's also related to jellyfish too. As you can tell from the pictures, the Hydra looks much like a frayed piece of string. It is usually clear in color, but will sometimes have a greenish cast to it if a lot of algae is present. It has tentacles radiating from the top around its mouth, and it moves about on one foot similar to the way a snail moves, or it'll tumble over itself to another location, head over foot. The Hydra secures its food by using its tentacles. They have tiny stinging cells in them, and when some small living creature swims close by, it gets stung and is then folded into the mouth to be digested. The Hydra also has a rather unusual way of having babies. A little bud will form on the side of the Hydra, and this develops into a whole new animal. It will eventually break off and live independently. The Hydra is an amazing little creature that God has given special abilities to catch its food and to reproduce. A couple of the photographs here, you can see the bud on the side of the parent Hydra, and you can also see that the tentacles on the little Hydra are small and immature looking. Very interesting creatures. Now there's a lesson in this little animal that God created, and the lesson is this: if we trust Him, God fulfills all our needs and gives us the ability to acquire those things that we truly do need. True, we don't have stinging tentacles to grab what we want, but we do have something much better, a Father who knows our needs and cares about us and wants to give us everything our hearts desire. If our lives are in compliance with His will, we will only need to be the godly things, which will bless our lives richly. God's Word says in Proverbs 10:6, "Blessings are upon the head of the just, but violence covereth the mouth of the wicked." A life in accord with God and His will is a blessed life.